I'm your host, Bella Nova, and today we are airing our very first episode. I just want to give you guys a little bit about me and what to expect coming with the podcast. So, my name is Bella Nova. I am originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, but I currently live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. If you're watching this, that means it is my 27th birthday. So make sure y'all put in the comments, happy birthday to me. But y'all, basically, we just gonna jump straight into it. So I just really want to talk about, first we're gonna go with what to expect on the podcast. So this very first episode is just gonna be about me. It's so y'all can get a little bit to know, so y'all can get to know a little bit more about me as the host. Um, we're also going to be talking about just different topics, relationships, school, education, um, you name it. Like, I can't even go into details because when I say you name it, we're going to be talking about it. If you guys have any specific topics that you want to cover or you want to hear about, feel free to put it in the comments. We're always open to different conversations. So this podcast, sometimes you'll just have me and my homegirls just kind of sitting around talking, and then sometimes you'll have me on here interviewing different people, telling them about their background and their journey and what they've been through. But I mean, we just gonna really just dive straight into it about today's episode. So I'm going to talk about my journey from Indianapolis to Fayetteville. So I moved maybe 3 or 4 months, probably 5 months before my 21st birthday. I always wanted to move out of my hometown, but I just never knew when or how or, how it's going to happen. And so I had the perfect opportunity. My cousin was stationed in the Army here. Long story short, I ended up down here with her, and me and her stayed together for a year and a half before I eventually ventured off on my own and got my own apartment. And in the year and a half, so I'm used to working in education. Being in Indiana, in order to work in education, all you need is like a high school diploma and you good. So when I first moved to North Carolina, I was working at McDonald's. And the first maybe 7 months, I was working at McDonald's probably 2 days a week, like 6 to 10 in the afternoon. And I wouldn't even say 2 days a week because, honey, every time they asked if somebody wanted to go home, it was me. I was that person. But so I worked at McDonald's for about 6 months until I obtained my CDA. And while I was obtaining my CDA, I was working at McDonald's part-time. And I was also a substitute teacher for Head Start. And in the midst of me doing that, I ended up getting my CDA credentials so I can be a teacher assistant for Head Start. Then from there, I ended up going to school and getting my associate's degree in early childhood education, which gave me the opportunity to be a full-time TA, receive benefits and all. And I did that for maybe about a year and a half until I started working in the school system. So I was here for about 3 years, and then I started working in the school system as a TA. I was working at a high school. And then from there, I just been in and out of schools, honey. Just in and out of schools. And so when I moved, a lot of people would come to me and ask me questions about my journey and all of this and all that. And I would tell people, honestly, I'm the wrong person to ask. And I'm going to tell you why. When I moved here, like I said, me and my cousin moved together. She was in the military. And, we had an agreement. And the agreement was I watch her child while she go to work. Because we didn't have any family here. And so we didn't know no daycares or anything. So our agreement was I watched her child. And I lived rent-free. I didn't pay any bills. I didn't pay a car note, no rent, no light bill, no nothing for a year and a half. So I tell people my journey is not the journey you want to follow or who you get tips from, because I can't tell you, honey, I had a silver spoon if you ask me. But I'm blessed. Everybody's not blessed to have the opportunity, and I do appreciate my cousin for the opportunity, because without her, I wouldn't be here today at this podcast making this episode. But yeah, so I was working at McDonald's for about 6 months, obtained my CDA, and then from CDA to my associate's degree, and then from associates I enrolled in Fayetteville State University, which is an HBCU here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And next month on May 11th, I will be obtaining my bachelor's degree. With my bachelor's degree, I do plan on being an elementary classroom teacher. I'm thinking maybe fifth grade or so. But fast forward to all of that, just me being here, I feel like I like it. I do like it. I do love it here. But I also, it has its flaws. Like, I'm from Indianapolis. It's city like out there. It's like fast paced. It's bigger. Like, yeah, it's small to us in Indiana, but it's bigger compared to Fayetteville. So I do miss that city life sometimes, but then I also like being in Fayetteville because it's like slow, it's kind of chill, it's kind of calm. But eventually, sometimes that get boring. Um, in my 7 years here, I have obtained my associate's degree. I bought a house. I became a foster parent. I got active in my community, and we can go really straight into that as far as the community. Yo, this podcast, I'm telling you now, like it's kind of not that it's gonna be all over the place, but everything ties into everything. Like this is literally everything I've been through since I've been here. There's no certain timeline. It's just what I've been through here. So I remember right when COVID hit 2020, I had posted my Cash App on Facebook, Instagram, like all of my social media platforms basically. And I didn't even, say nothing. I just posted my Cash App like, hey, y'all send me birthday money. And so I think I collected maybe $250, I think roughly around that much. And so I took all of that money and I went to Sam's Club and I just brought a whole bunch of stuff. And like I made like lunch sandwiches. I brought like chips, crackers, juice, waters, and I just made kind of care packages for the homeless around Fayetteville, North Carolina. So my homegirl came over and we was at my house at like 6 o'clock in the morning. We had enough for 50 people to feed 50 people, and this is all from birthday donations. So we went down there, and as we're down there, we passing out, we're talking to the people, we getting to know them, like, and the people are actually cool down there. And so, it was like so rewarding. I'm like, I want to keep doing this. And so from there, I came up with Shake Cares and Shares, and it was just pretty much a nonprofit. And we didn't even make it to nonprofit, but we was working as a nonprofit. We didn't have the paperwork or any of that, but that's what we did. We did nonprofit work. And we passed out hygiene kits that included, that included socks, feminine products for the females, mouthwash, toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap, deodorant, like anything that we use on a daily for hygiene, that's what the kits had in it, on top of the food. And so we did that we did that for at least maybe 2 months. Like every weekend, we were getting donations from the local restaurants around. Like, so after the first time, I wanted to keep it up, but I knew I couldn't fund it myself. So we started getting donations from like the local food places around here, and we just kept it up for about 2 months. And then from there, there was a man named Mr. Carl. He seen what I was doing, and he was doing something similar. And he reached out to me like, hey, I'm doing something similar. You should come check me out. And he does something called Lunch on Us. And Lunch on Us is basically, it's not even just feeding the needy. It's anybody who want a plate, you can eat. So I ended up going out there, chat with them, see what they was about, and they were literally doing the same thing we were doing, literally. So I ended up partnering up with them, and then we started just doing feedings, and now we have a nonprofit together, and it's called We Are One Big Family. And so I still currently actively today still do that. And we do feedings once a month in downtown Fayetteville, and then we also just started a community feeding that's just about community engagement, bringing the kids out having fun, and we do that on the third Sunday of the month. I also started working at the zoo when I was here, and that's a big part of my journey here too, because I would have never ever just thought about through a zoo, like going to work at a zoo. So through my school, Fayetteville State, we ended up doing an internship, and with the internship, it allowed me to work at the North Carolina Zoo, where I like pretty much kind of coordinated their summer preschool camps. And it was just camps for preschool kids, and we did like we visited the animals, we had nature play, we learned about different animals, and I did that for 2 summers. Unfortunately, I'm not able to return this summer, even though I wish I was able to. But that's also something else that I did. Um, and also in the middle of me doing the shake cares and shares, this is back in 2020. I became a foster parent. So it is a lot of y'all know I've been in education for as long as I can remember. I've always wanted to be a part of the child's learning process. I always just wanted to save children. Anything with children, I'm down for it. So I just became a foster parent. Like, and that's another thing about me. I'm willing to try anything. I can try just to say if I did it, I got the experience. And sometimes if I didn't like it, I won't do it again. But I got the experience. And I got the experience for myself. It's not that I heard somebody else's experience. So I became a foster parent in 2020, and I did that all the way up until I want to say 2023. So I did that for 3 years, and I've had kids from ages 5 all the way up until 17. And I want to dive deep into the foster care journey, because when I say that journey was not easy for me, being a single young woman down here in Fayetteville by myself, if you don't really have a great support system, me personally, I wouldn't recommend it. That's just my opinion, okay? But so one of my childs that I had, everything's like, and this is every child. Everything started out so good. You think you got the perfect child, like, oh, this person ain't gonna give me no problem, and then boom, them kids flip on you like that. Like, I'm gonna just tell y'all, I ain't even gonna say no specific kid. I'm just gonna tell y'all some of the stuff I went through as a foster parent. And remind you, at this point, I'm 27 today. When y'all see this, I'm 27. So I think I was maybe 22, 23 when I became a foster parent. And I had one child that would scream and holler and tantrum in public. Like, didn't have a care in the world who was watching. Just in a blink of an eye, they would just holler. And then this same child also, when they was on their way out the door, they just would kind of do little stuff. And you would think like, oh, this child is so young. They wouldn't think to do nothing like this. But the way the kids in the system are, you can't put anything past them. So one day I was going to the bathroom, and I had told this child to get in the shower and get ready for bed. Remind you, this child, when they first came with me, they were so independent. Like, I mean, independent to the point where they getting up in the morning, if I'm still asleep, making themselves cereal, eating, cleaning up after themselves, going in their room, chilling, watching TV. I say it's time to get in the shower. They going to cut the shower on and getting themselves dressed and everything by themselves. Like, I'm not having to do anything. So when this particular person, once the behaviors came, I told them to get in the shower. And this was kind of in their last couple of days at my house as well. So it explains a lot. So I told them to get in the shower one day, and they get in the shower, whatever, and they go to bed. So, like I told you, this person is being independent, so it ain't like I have to go and check behind and really, this child's been doing this 3-4 months. I know they got it. So I goes in the bathroom after them, just randomly happen to use it, and there is feces all on top of my toilet seat. So that's where I thought it was. So I'm just like, what in the world? But at this point, I don't even have any more fight in me. So, I just clean it up, and I'm just counting down the days. So as I'm cleaning up, I go use the bathroom, and then I look, there's feces smeared all on the outside of my tub. Like, that's just the type of stuff I did with one child. I had another child. I don't even, like, y'all know how they say the people who go to jail, be in and out of jail, they're institutionalized. I feel like children in the foster care are institutionalized. Like they've been in foster care so long that it's just like they think like a I don't know how to explain it, but like they know how to beat the system. They know how to get over on people, and they're really well at what they do. Like this child, I remember I was riding down the street one day. We were going to a basketball game, and I told there was like 4 kids with me. I told everybody, if you cut up in this game, it's gonna be issues. Like, cause I don't play with kids. Like, yeah, we can have fun. Yeah, I can do whatever at home. But when we in public, y'all gonna act like y'all got some sense, and that's what it is. So we get to this basketball game, and these kids is cutting up. There's 2 of them. 2 of the 4 is cutting up. So we get in the car, and I'm telling them, because one of them already know, like, I don't even play with you. But this one child is also, younger. They don't know no better, but still, like, what's up. So 2 of them cutting up. I'm in the car. I'm getting on them like I done told y'all, woo woo. And my foster child looked me dead in my face and said, shut up talking to me. I said, huh? She said, you heard me. You talking too much. Shut up talking to me. You getting on my nerves. Like, this is her exact words. My friend's son looked at me and said, Brianna, is she talking to you? I had to ask him. Like, this is another child. I had to ask him. Like, he looked at me and he said, she don't know you don't play with kids. I said, yeah, I don't think homegirl knows. But when I say, like, it's just the fact that these kids are not used to being with people that are actually really nice and really want the best for them and are caring, that they just treat anybody like it's like they live in survival mode. So you can be nice to them, you can give them the world, and they just still treat you like shit. Like, I hate to put it like that, but that's that. This same child also went to church. I'm with the same kids. I'm telling them, we in church now. This like don't do it in these people church. The child who I thought was gonna cut up didn't even cut up. It was this one foster child. Honey, little Sally. I'm riding down the street. Little Sally thought she was gonna hop out in my car. I had to pull over the side of the road. Like, you don't got to jump out while I'm driving if you want to get out, you know. But it's like I don't really want to go into detail about the behaviors. But when I say I wouldn't recommend that for anybody. And sometimes people say they do it for the money, but if you ask me, there's no money in it. Dealing with it, like, there's no money in the world that would, I'm going to speak for myself and my own experience. It's not that much money in the world that would have me dealing with somebody's disrespectful, ungrateful, unappreciative child. Like, there's no money, like, it's not for the money. And then not even that, kids are expensive. Like, you have to feed them. I mean, they take up your utilities, your lights, your water, because kids leave lights on and leave water running. So me personally, I didn't like it. I got the experience. I can add it to my resume, but it's a no for me. But so that was my foster care journey. Let's see what else we can talk about. Oh, let's see. Something else I wanted to talk about was me becoming a homeowner. That was really, really big for me, considering the fact that being a homeowner was never really on my bucket list. It was just like, let me tell you how it came about. So I told y'all, I started off, me and my cousin lived together in an apartment. Then I moved to my own apartment. And when I say they wasn't the worst apartments ever, because I like my little apartment, but when I moved in, the very first day I moved in, I signed my lease on a Friday. On that Saturday, my family was coming from Indiana. My mom, my grandma, my brother, my sister, my niece and nephews, and all of the cousins. So the very first night, my neighbors played music until 5 a.m. And y'all, when I say I am not exaggerating, they legit play music till 5 a.m. And the walls in my apartment were so thin, the way I'm just normally talking, I was able to hear their conversations, like full conversations. When you walk, the floor squeaks super, super bad. Like, that's how bad it was. So these people played music till 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not mad. I'm not one of those neighbors. Like, I understand we live in apartments. I already know how it goes. I don't trip over all that little stuff. And then minus the music they was playing, the stuff I listen to. So me, my sister, my brother, we sitting in the middle of the floor playing cards. We just chilling. So we enjoying the music. We fine with it. So remind you, I told y'all my niece and my nephew and my little cousins came. Kids wake up 7, 8 o'clock in the morning ready. So these people went to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. I never once complained about their music, never said anything, never asked them to cut it down. So 8 o'clock in the morning come, my niece and nephew are up or whatever. So these people are ringing on my doorbell, ding, 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 like dinging at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we like, who is that? Remind you, I just moved in these apartments. Like, it ain't even been a full 24 hours. So we go downstairs, and it's the neighbors coming with an attitude that they just went to sleep, and that these kids is too loud, and they hear kids bumping it, sound like they running. Y'all just played music till 5 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't say nothing. So boom, that's that. Sunday night came. They played music again till 5 o'clock in the morning. We didn't say nothing. We're listening to the music. So now it's Monday morning. They was mad Saturday morning, Sunday morning, but Monday morning, oh, they really, really mad. We gotta go to work and we can't sleep and woo. But y'all just play music and nobody said nothing. So now we really about to make y'all mad because y'all them type of neighbors. Y'all think y'all can do what y'all want, but when we do something, it's a problem. Yeah, no, you didn't match your match. But long as, like, and it'll be times they taking a broom, hitting the ceiling, like, just doing the absolute most. And it was two girls. They sit and argue all day. And when I say I hear their conversation so good, I never said nothing. I mean, never. Got big old dogs barking all through the night. But the moment the kid come to my house and they running and they doing whatever they do, these people is mad. So when my lease was up, I'm like, I know I can't stay there for too much longer because it ain't for me. So I like to have my homegirls over. I like to party. I know my family comes and visit. So I'm like, I'm paying for all this money. Might as well go look for a house. So I was looking for houses or whatever. And now I'm like, the prices are a little bit above my range, but I can still do it. So I'm looking for houses. And this lady, remind y'all, I told y'all I did the shake hand and shares. So I used to have people come volunteer with me. And I heard this lady, and y'all, I did this nonprofit, but a lot of people know me. I'm so loud. I talk. I like to have a good time. And it comes naturally, but I like to do that when I'm out on my own time. Whenever I feel like I'm forced to do it, I get really shy, like I shut down. So I'm running this nonprofit. I got volunteers coming to work with me, and I'm like scared to talk to them. So I'm, talking to them just the bare minimum, telling them how the day's going to go, and then that's it. So I'm listening to one of my volunteers talk to somebody else, and she's telling me she's a realtor, and so I'm sitting back listening to their conversation. Like, I listened like 2 or 3 times, just kind of listening. The lady who she's talking to asking about the criteria, So I'm thinking, like, I may need to buy a house, considering the fact that if it's like I'm going to spend all this money renting out when I can just buy. Like, from the sounds of it, I meet the qualifications, so we're going to see. So I knew I wanted to work with this lady, and I wanted to work with her because she invested her time in me, so I wanted to invest my money in her. So I ain't gonna lie, I had reached out to another realtor just to see what I needed to do. So this lady was like, this is all you need to do, X, Y, Z, and boom, whatever. So out of 3 or 4 things she told me that I needed, everything was done with probably one thing. So I got everything I needed, and I went up and I had said something to, the lady that was volunteering me, like, I think I want to buy a house. And she like, are you for real? Long story short, this lady has been, like, she was the best. When I say she made my home buying process, she made my experience, like, the best ever. When I say she was on it. Like, she wanted me, like, just because she had just seen what type of person I was, she knew a little bit about me. She's like, I want to help you because you help people. So we looking at house, and it's crazy because she easily, like, got to find out who I was. So it was like we were looking at houses, and she like, I already know this ain't you. Or, oh yeah, this one is you. So we looking at houses and houses and houses, and I'm putting offers in, and they like getting rejected. But honestly, for real, I didn't even put a whole lot of offers in because I didn't put as much as most people do. Because I don't like rejection. You ain't going to reject me but 1 or 2 times. And I'll be like, I'm done. So we was looking at the house, and I'm like, yeah, I do like this house, but they're not about to reject me, so I ain't even about to put an offering in. So I found a couple of houses. I'm like, okay, let me try. And it's like every time I tried, somebody came higher. And I'm like, it wasn't my time. So this house that I got right now, when we pulled up, so my criteria whenever I brought my house, I had told her that I wanted a big backyard. Like that was really my main thing. I wanted 3 bedrooms, but I did. When I was looking, I had wanted 3. I told her I want 3 bedrooms and I wanted a big backyard. That was it. That was all. And so we pulled up to this house and we came in, and she like, this is the perfect house. And it was crazy because I felt it too. Like we came to this house, and there was other people visiting, like viewing the house when I was here too. So we came in, and like instantly, like we got to the door, and there was like a scripture quote on the door. And she like, I already know this is you because I know how spiritual you are. Like, look at this at the door. Like, she's like, this is your house. Yeah, we hadn't even gotten inside yet. And she like, this is you. Like, she like, look at the front yard. So if the front yard look like this, I can only imagine what the backyard looked like. So we came in, and we came, like I said, it was mine at the door. And we came in, she like, it's 2 bedrooms, but I'm telling you, this is you. So we went to the backyard. She like, oh yeah, this is it right here. Like, this is yours. I don't care what you say. And so I put my offering in, and I think this is the house. I like, y'all, it was so long ago I can't remember, but I want to say at this house I put my offering in. No, that was another house. That was another house. But I'm telling you anyways, this is the type of stuff I was going through where some I put my offering in and I got denied because somebody put more. And there was a couple, like I put my offering in and then somebody else had the same amount. So like at this point, how much due diligence do y'all want to put in? That's like money up front. So some houses I'm like, yeah, it ain't worth it or whatever. So this house, I remember like I made sure I put a little extra just so I know it was mine. She's like, don't go put in nothing that you ain't got, because if they approve it, they gonna want this money in 24 hours. So like when I got this house, y'all, I'm like, I want to put this money up front, but this was my house. So long story short, I ended up buying my house. But let me tell you how player my realtor was. When I say I was out of town, I was in Jamaica. My realtor is going out looking for houses, videoing me, sending me pictures. Like we was gonna get me a house. Like when I say she was so amazing, I cannot express how amazing she was. But long story short, I closed on my house, and I remember they had told me that I had to put one price down, and then when I see my paperwork, it was like almost $1,000 cheaper. So I'm like when I say, look at God, this house was God sent. And being in this house, I think I closed on my house maybe 2 months after my 23rd birthday. Being in this house, it made me realize a lot of things. It made me realize what I wanted in my own house. Like when I get my this house, don't get me wrong, I like it. I don't plan on being here forever. I honestly don't even plan on being in North Carolina forever. But anyways, like when I like this house is perfect because I know what I want in my forever home. Like I know that I want a walk-in closet. I know that I want more than 1 bathroom. I do know that I want 3+ bedrooms. Like there is a lot. So I'm grateful for this house because it allowed me to, number 1, be in the house, and then number 2, it allowed me to just, like I said, know what I want in my forever home. So fast forward when I don't remember the exact day, y'all. I don't know if that's something I'm supposed to remember, but in June it'll be 3 years that I've been in this house. I think it'll be coming up on my 3rd year. I'm not sure, y'all. I'm not good with dates. Some people remember stuff like that. I depend on Facebook to pop up in my memories of when I close on this house, okay? But y'all, when I say I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I'm blessed, maybe that's the one. I just had a topic in my head, and I wanted to talk about it. I forgot. I should have wrote it down. But I do know, like, being a homeowner is one of them. And y'all, when I say, again, I can't ask me too many questions about the homeowner process because I don't know, but I definitely can refer y'all to my realtor. And when I say she's amazing, even if y'all in Indiana or whatever state y'all in, honey, she can answer questions. If she can refer you to somebody that can get you right. But I'm really, really not good with remembering stuff. But that was one thing I wanted to talk about. I made a little list, but I just been all over the place talking. But all of this stuff is beneficial because all of this stuff is about me. I'm trying to debate. Do I want to tell y'all about my journey and how I came here? I don't know. I feel like some stuff I be wanting the world to hear, and because it's a part of me and a part of my journey. But I also kind of don't want to ruin other people's reputations and stuff like that. So certain stuff. Ah, but nah. Certain stuff I do genuinely be wanting to talk about. Like I said, I just don't be wanting to. I don't be wanting no smoke. I don't want no confrontation. Maybe one day it'll all come out. But when I say my journey was not the best here in North Carolina, like I know I went to sleep many a night, y'all, crying. And when I say crying, so I was just crying. And I don't know what made me, like one day, instead of crying, I just started praying. And when I say I don't know, like, cause yeah, I've always believed in God. I've always been in church, but I never was a big prayer. And I like when I say I genuinely don't know what made me start praying. I can't even tell you. If it was somebody in my ear saying, pray about it. I just know one day I started praying. And the moment I started praying, my life started flourishing. And when I say like tremendously, God was opening so many doors for me. Like I was praying so much that I stopped worrying because I'm like we serve what they say, we serve not a right now God but an on time God. And it'll be times where like I'm stressing about something, and then boom, right at the last given moment God come through like chill out, I told you I got you. Like, and ever since then when I say I pray, y'all, I just pray and I pray and I pray some more. And luckily, and I've never been the type, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I've never been the vocal spiritual person. Like I go to church. When I moved to North Carolina, I wasn't going to church as much because I didn't find a church home that I like. Like I visited a lot of churches, and it was just always something about the churches that didn't sit right with me. And it could be something like I didn't like the preaching style, or I didn't like the music. I remember I went to one church. Yeah, I was too out there when I seen this. The pastor didn't preach, and I already kind of didn't like the way that the pastor preached, but I was supporting someone that I knew here, so I would kind of go here and there. Yeah, the pastor had preached, and they was doing offering, and they had the offering bucket. They had a bucket for some, I don't know if it was an organization or a person or something, I'm not sure. And then they had the pastor's bucket. So it's 3 different buckets up there. So everybody, did the offering. And these people started counting the money at the top of the church. And I'm looking like, I've never seen nothing like this before. So I'm already kind of looking like, okay. And I was too outdone. They went and whispered in the pastor's ear what the numbers was. This man said, all right, y'all, I'm going to need y'all to go back in your purses. We're a couple dollars short, woo woo. And he said the exact amount that he was looking for. And so, people going back in their purse. He said, if you don't want to come up, send your grandbaby, send one of the little kids. They love coming up here. This is what he's saying. So, people start digging in their purse and coming back up there. Remind you, it's 3 buckets up there. One for the pastor, one to help somebody that was kind of in need or something, and then offer. This man's like, put it in that bucket, the pastor bucket. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I know that ain't for me. I didn't like that one bit, and I never returned back to that church after that. Like, as much as I love supporting people, and and being in their environment, and I couldn't go back after that. But so I tried a couple different churches, and I just really didn't care for something like the style of the church. But in the midst of all this, I never stopped praying. Like, excuse me, I was like praying so much. In my spare time, I could just remember just praying and thanking God, praying and thanking God. And so now I try to make it to church as much as I can. I'm not gonna say I still haven't found the church home that I'm looking for, but I do have a couple of churches that I do like. When I really, really like a church, I'm getting up every Sunday going, believe that. But when it's just like, when I'm not into the church, it's kind of hard for me to get up and go there. And I do believe that you don't have to go to church to still get blessed by God. You know, you can pray, you can have your own relationship with God, and you don't really need church. To me, church is like an extra. You know, that's if it's to help you learn the Bible, like, and you really can do that on your own. I don't know. I'm a church person, though. Believe, like, long story short, I just really want to find the, my forever church home. But I know what I want to talk to y'all about. Remember, I told y'all I had something I couldn't remember. I remember what it was now. So when I first moved here, I remember, telling people. I had visited here for the first time probably in like March. It was spring break. I remember it was spring break. We had came down here to visit, me, my grandma, my niece, my nephew, and my little cousin. We had came down here to visit, and we was here for a week. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna move down here. So this was March. I moved down here in September. So it's that April, May, June, July, August, September. I had 6 months. And so in the midst of me, in my 6 months, I'm getting myself together. I'm telling people in Indiana that I'm moving to North Carolina with Wood. And a lot of people are like, oh, you moving down south, you gonna get treated good out there. They got the southern love and the down south treat you good with the woo. So, and that's always something I heard, the down south treat you good and all this and all that. So when I got here, I was kind of expecting it, I think. And when I say I met some of the, I ain't even gonna say what type of people, like, down south ain't what y'all think it is. Like, yes, people are welcoming. Yes, people are nice. Yes, people want to see you win. People want to help you out. But not everybody is like that, okay? Like, I met this one chick. Y'all, when I say I hated that girl good so bad, like, she was that so, like, she had my whole little like, she changed my whole mood about, not, like, being in the South. Like, she was so mean. And so I'm like, y'all, these people here is like, ugh. So I was just in the house, locked up, closed in, and like, I'm like, yeah, I'm telling people the South ain't what y'all think it is. But then as I got to meeting other people, I'm just thinking like, homegirl want me, you feel me? Like, people down south, they are nice, they do want to see you win, but they just gotta know that you solid and you real. So I do have a couple families here that have accepted me and took me in as family, but I just be feeling like it ain't nothing like your own family. Like, my family back home, we really close. We get together, we have cookouts, we just chill together. And I'm that type of person. I don't go to clubs, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't do nothing. All right, yeah, so we back, y'all. So yeah, I'm just at a point where I'm just irritated. I'm upset. I'm like, I just thought that, I don't know. I don't know how to express it. I should just keep it to myself because I'm scratching this out, y'all, because I'm going to get mad thinking about it. But y'all, all I got to say is family really just, I don't know. Maybe it's like y'all got somebody that's doing better and trying to get themselves together. They did it on their own. I just figured I would have a lot more support than I do, I guess. I am appreciative of the couple people who do come through for me, but I don't know. My journey ain't been easy, y'all. My journey has not been easy in North Carolina in these last 7 years. But when I say by the grace of God, baby, I'm making it and I'm doing it. And that's what it is. Your girl really be doing that. Your girl be doing it. She be doing the thing. But I'm excited about my graduation. I got this big old graduation party coming up. When I say I'm going to party till I can't party no more, because I deserve this. Yeah, I don't want to talk about school. Oh, I don't want to talk about school. The way school has been kicking my butt for the last 3-4 years, but it's like this last month has been so. Like I was doing homework the other day, crying 2 days ago, y'all. When I say I'm texting one of my homegirls, like I'm ready to quit, I'm ready to give it all up. Like I can't do it. Like I'm telling them this, I can't do it. I'm crying, doing homework, submitting homework, tears in my eyes, baby. I was ready to give it, I was ready to risk it all. Like if I wasn't at the end, like the type of workload that I got, it's enough. It was enough to make somebody quit. Like I got one class. I got 6 or 7 assignments to do every week in that class. And the assignments are like 2 PowerPoints, write 2 papers, take a test, and do a journal. That's in one class. Remind you, I'm taking 3 other classes. And those classes consist of papers and quizzes. Granted, it's not that much. But when you got 4 classes and assignments due every week, I'm like averaging probably 12 assignments each class. While taking care of a child full time. While going to work full time. While trying to live my own life. While trying to celebrate my birthday. This has been rough. So when y'all see me out, just y'all give me some words of encouragement. I could really use some words of encouragement. Even if, like I told y'all, this is next week, I still got a whole month until I graduate, and I'm gonna need all the words of encouragement as I can. Cause like I be doing homework every day, ready to give it up. And if y'all think I'm lying, maybe ask my homegirls. Cause I'm texting them like, y'all, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I had to text somebody like, I need some words of encouragement, or else I'm gonna explode. Like that's how I was feeling. But let me see. I'm trying to think. I feel like I talked about everything. I talked about my journey, how I came here. Talked about buying a house, go to foster parent. Ooh, I got this topic over here. The topic say how I met people. I probably was talking about how I met some of the people when I got down here. When I say, like I told y'all, I really do talk to anybody in one breath, but in the other breath I be quiet. Like I like a lot of the people that I met, I didn't just met because of just talking. Like when I say I just talk to anybody, like some of them be co-workers and all that, because I'm a very likable person, y'all. Like I'm like by everybody, for real, for real. Excuse me. So it like it's very rare that I meet a stranger. When I meet somebody, if your vibe like my vibe, we ain't gotta be the best of the friends, but we ain't gonna stop talking. And that's what I do love about me, because I am such a people person. Like I love making new friends. I love being around older people. I love being around people with knowledge. I love being around different backgrounds of people. But I ain't even gonna keep y'all too much longer. I just want to thank y'all for watching my little podcast. Like I said, this one may be boring, may not, because y'all getting a glimpse of me and what my life be. Because I'm a very private person. A lot of this stuff that I've been saying, a lot of people don't even know that this about me, because I keep everything to myself. I'm such a private person, but I do plan to be more vocal and stuff like that, especially on this podcast. I'm really funny in real life, but like I said, it's just me. I'm just sitting here getting y'all, like, telling, like, having y'all show, tell. I'm really just here telling y'all what to expect from the podcast. Like I said, you might have some. It's just me and my homegirl chitting chatting. And honey, like when I say funny, baby, don't get me in here, me and one of my homegirls, because y'all gonna be rubbing me. But then you got some where it's just me. Some where we in doing interviews, like legit thought out questions. And when I say interview, it's just like, oh, I got this person and I know this person do X, Y, Z, so we gonna get to know that person a little bit more. We got some where, like I said, it's just gonna be topics. Where we just talking about relationship status, our relationship status, your relationship status, their relationship status. We just talking about relationships, men in general, women in general, couples. We talking about problems in society. I am an educator, so we are talking about like educated. We will be talking about education and how teachers feel as today, because a lot of days teachers are overwhelmed. They have they feel like they don't have the support that they need and all this and all that. So like I said, that's what to expect. If y'all have any topic suggestions, I am open. If you guys want to hear us talk about a specific topic, you can feel free to comment on here, DM, whatever case may be. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. I will add it on this video. But yes, be sure to turn on your post notifications because Chattt Dattt the podcast is in full effect. We will be. I'm not sure when we will be dropping just yet, but I'm not gonna have y'all waiting. It will not be boring. I do know that this ain't gonna happen overnight, even though I wanted to. But yes, y'all make sure y'all support. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all share, comment, get engaged. You know, it was a good time talking with you all, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Melanova is out of here.